What is up, YouTube? What is up? My hair might be in a mess, but I do have good news on the third day of the year. I'm telling you, I'm going hard on my YouTube this year. I'm going to try to post more and more and more. If I get 1 view, 10 views, or no views, I'm going to try to record and post every day. I'm going to try to post as much as I can, whether I'm looking busted or disgusted or whatever. I'm going to post, because in 2021, I made excuses of why I didn't record every day. Like, I had topics, like, I had so many videos that I just erased for no reason. Like, I had so many videos, like, I could be monetized right now. I could be, I could be up there with the other YouTubers right now. But me, you holding back and procrastinating, it gets you nowhere. But 2022, I'm coming for everything. So, let me tell you. So, December the 26th, the day after Christmas, I got a speeding ticket. So, the ticket was, I'm not even going to say what the speed limit or what the speed I was doing. What the speed I was clocked it, because it was me and a motorcycle. So, this is the situation of what happened. I don't like motorcycles around me, like behind me, because I done had motorcycles all up in my bumper, because, they can't stop like we can, and they're out in the bare open, and I be feeling like a motorcycle going to hit me or something. So the motorcycle came up behind me flying. I'm in the fast lane. It's 2-lane traffic. I'm on 95, and it was 2 mid-sized SUVs. Like, if you got a Jeep Cherokee like that, it's about that size, but it wasn't Jeeps. It might have been a Honda, Toyota. I don't know what kind it was, but it was 2 of them, and they were side by side. So I got up. Somebody was here and got pulled over. Man, let me tell you, I learned my lesson. I'm gonna tell you why. So, no, that's an accident. Let me go ahead and get past the yellow light. Yeah, somebody just broke down. Anybody get pulled over, but somebody being so nosy, they cut me off at the red light. We were almost at the red light, and there go 2 police right there, and they gonna cut me off. Somebody broke down on the road, and the police out there assisting them. So it was 2 mid-sized SUVs side by side. So the motorcycle got all the way up behind me, and it was just up in my bumper, just flying. So when the 2 SUVs was directly side by side, so the one in front of me started speeding up a little bit. So I got enough space to get in between them and take off. So I got in between them. I hit the gas so the motorcycle could get behind me and get beside me. So I wasn't looking at my speed at all. All I know was what the officer said that I was supposedly doing. So I don't know what my speed was at all. So he got beside me, and that's when I had took my foot off the gas, and that's when the officer turned his lights on, and we were side by side. So he pulled me on over. Now, I didn't even know he was really pulling me over, to be honest, because the motorcycle, he was on this side of the road. The motorcycle was in this lane. I'm in the right lane. So he cut his lights on, and the motorcycle hit the gas, took on off. I was like, man, too bad I can't run. You know what I'm saying? That's your first thought. But I slowed on down. That's when I looked down. I was like 58, 60 miles an hour, 58, something like that. So I slowed down, and then he was still on the side of the road, just going probably like 20 miles. And I was like, I don't know whether he was pulling me over or not, because usually the cop get right on behind you. And we hadn't got in front of the SUV, so by the time I slowed down, everybody went past me, so wasn't nobody behind me. So he went ahead, got in one lane, and then swapped those guys in that lane. And it took him about half a mile to pull me over. So he pulled me over, gave me the ticket. He was acting like he didn't want to give me a ticket. Like, he was wanting to give me a warning for real. But I wish he had a hell just gave me the warning. But I really learned my lesson with the ticket. So he was like, you can't beat a motorcycle, which I wasn't really trying to race no motorcycle. I know my car is heavy. Like, I got a 392 Scat Pack. This car that I was on, I know I'm not going to beat no motorcycle. So I wasn't racing him. He said, if you know the guy turned him into, I'm like, I don't know this guy. I met this guy like 2 miles ago. I didn't even know this guy existed or none of that. So pulled me over, gave me the ticket, and I look at the ticket. He was like, it ain't got no price on the ticket because my speed was a misdemeanor. So I tried to explain the situation to him like 3-4 times before he even wrote the ticket. He was like, Man, but I'm telling y'all, side by side. I'm not saying y'all racing. I don't believe y'all was racing, but y'all was side by side. So if we wasn't racing, I explained to you that I was getting out his way, and you know what was really the issue. Because and I've been driving for 10 years. 2021 made 10 years. This 2022 made 11 years. So going on 11 years of driving, I only had one speeding ticket. So you know, I'm really not about this. He said I could probably get it thrown out and you just take a driving course at most. And I was just like, instead of just getting it thrown out, why not just give me a warning? That would be the same thing instead of just wasting time on work and going to court and all that. So he gave me the ticket. So I looked at it, and then that's when I asked about the price. He said, ain't no price because it's a misdemeanor because my speed. So he went ahead and got in the car, went about his business. Man, I was hurt. This was the day after Christmas. And the whole funny part about it was I didn't have to go to Roanoke Rapids that day. I was going there because I was getting out the house and I was going to go pay my phone off, which is the phone I'm recording on, my iPhone 12. And I was paying it off because I was switching from US Cellular. I mean, not US Cellular. I ain't had US Cellular in 2-3 years now. But I was switching from Verizon to Straight Talk because my bill was $212 for 2 phones. So one phone was at the end of its term, which was like $60 left on the phone. So I paid that phone off. So I went ahead and went on Walmart app, and I was lucky enough to get a PS5. So my Xbox, I had this Series S, and I was like, I got the PS5, that's what I wanted. So I sold my Xbox. So I said, if I sell my Xbox for $300 or something, I'm gonna use that money to pay my iPhone 12 off. So that's exactly what I did. They gave me a motivation to sell it. So I sold it for the exact amount I need to pay this phone off for. So for me to get out of the house, I said I'm going to the Verizon in Roanoke Rapids, and that's how I even ended up on the highway going to Roanoke Rapids. And I was like 4 miles from my exit. I was like 4 miles from my exit, so it was just all crazy. And I was like, man, that really had me sick for like a couple of days. I'm like, man, I'm already broke. Now I gotta take out a loan from the bank and pay the lawyers probably like $3,000 and all this and that going on. So since December 26th, I've been sick up until today. And to add on to that, if you see my previous video, I got a speeding ticket and then my car got ran through. So my holidays have not really been going good. But today it all changed. So I was going to call the lawyers Friday. I was going to start my search Friday. I never got around to it because, you know, things change, stuff come up. So I never got around to it Friday. So today I went to call the lawyer that was sent to me in the mail. You know, they send you the solicitations in the mail, the advertisements in the mail to get a lawyer. So I was looking at the one he said he started at $150 and all this and that. So I said, I can call. So I called them and they hung up on me for whatever reason. So I called another one and they said that they don't do the Halifax County because I live in Nash County. So everything referred to me was Nash County. So I called them and they referred me to one in Halifax County. I got referred to the one in Halifax County. They told me $14.75 for court fees and the ticket and everything to get it handled. So I called the bank, and this is my first blow today. I called the bank and they told me I'm not approved for like a $2,000 loan. I'm like, why? Y'all just approved me for a $12,200 loan for a car, which is paid off. Like, I traded in, so the car is paid off. So I don't know why y'all want to approve me for a little $2,000 loan. So I said, all right, try for $1,000 then. I just come up with the rest. I just pay the rest of it. They wouldn't do the $1,000 loan. Said you're not approved for that either. I'm like, why am I not being approved for a loan, but you approved me for a $12,000 loan, but won't approve me for a $1,000 loan? I was like, man, I'm gonna have to come up with this out of pocket. So I'm texting my homeboy. I'm just like, yo, what's a good lawyer for a speeding ticket? And I told him my speed, told him the situation. He told me to go to this lawyer. So I'm just like, I ain't even think about the lawyer. Everybody I know go to that lawyer. He's a good lawyer. So there was a tree limb in the road. He's a good lawyer, so I ain't thinking about going there. So when I called him, they told me $606 and I'm like, there's court fees and everything. He said, yep. $660. I said I can go ahead and pay that out of pocket. You know, I don't want to waste no time. So I got off the phone with them. I got ready, and I came down here to Roanoke Rapids to pay them. And cause my job, as everybody that works that use Kronos, know that the clock is down. So my job actually for 2 weeks paid us 25 hours of overtime, just so you know we don't miss out on the bills or anything. So my second 25-hour overtime check, I really didn't have to spend anything, and therefore I saved most of that check, and almost all of that check just went to go pay it off. It's like, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a curse. It's not really a curse because I got a ticket because I was doing wrong, but it's got a curse, that's a ticket, and then the blessing is because without knowing, I got 2 weeks of overtime, and then I was able to pay the ticket off with the money that I got that I wasn't even supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Like working my 40 hours and a little bit of overtime I did work wasn't going to equal what that check equals. So I was blessed with the money to go ahead and pay the ticket. And when I go into the lawyer's office, first of all, they told me don't take debit cards. I had to go to the ATM, you know, get $620 out the ATM. So I go back to the lawyer's office, and you know, they talk to me like, you know, when's the last time you had a speeding ticket? I'm like, that was like 5 years ago. I've been driving for 11 years and only had, well, almost 11 years, and only had one speeding ticket. They said, all right, cool, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Your ticket is already handled. Just go on this website and take this driving course and email us the certificate or print it out and bring it in. So they said, don't even worry about anything. And when the court date is resolved, we're going to give you a call. So therefore, I don't have to worry about anything. I went and paid my $600, and I'm good. And I learned my lesson. I'm telling you, man, after I got the speeding ticket, the next time I drove my car, I was scared to drive my car. Like, I was really terrified to drive that Charger. Man, but now it's like I feel cool. You know, I still got my license, everything is all good. And they said that it could take up to 6 months, so therefore, you know, I'll be saved a whole lot of money by then. Whatever, you know, if anything else comes up, I'll be prepared, I'll be saved. So, but I'm not really worried about nothing because they said it's already handled. All I gotta do is take the driving class. So, lesson learned. But I do know when I recoup the money that I spent, I'm gonna go get the Escort 360 Max radar, or I'm gonna get the Uniden R3 or the R7. I don't know which one I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna get one of those radars. And not saying that I'm gonna speed again or like that, but I just like to be prepared. So therefore, I'll be good. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because I said my battery's down. I'm just doing a quick little video. So watch y'all speed, watch y'all feet on the pedal. You know, especially don't speed around holiday. That was my accident. I sped around the holiday, but which I was almost at my exit, and you know the road was like pretty clear. The traffic was light, so the traffic pretty clear, but it was still on the holiday, so you know that was my fault. But I was, you know, as I was saying, I was trying to get the motorcycle out, you know, from behind me, and you know, if you don't watch the video, so you know the story. Like I said, watch the speed. You know, be safe out here, cause it could have went a whole different way. Cause the way cops is nowadays, so like I said, just be safe out there, stay prayed up. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.